Hey guys, welcome back to my channel again. My name is Arslan and today we are on day 68 of solving the object-oriented programming questions with the help of Python. If you are very new to this playlist, let me give you a very brief introduction of what this playlist is all about. In this playlist, we have been solving questions with the help of Python, and if you are very new to this playlist, let me give you a very brief introduction this is the introduction if I want to give you, that we started from a very basic question, very basic idea. As you can see on the screen, we started from a day one with a very basic concept, very basic logic of object oriented programming, and then we have been increasing the bar and difficulty level day by day, and we have done multiple type of vast variety of questions and concept of object oriented programming. We have covered almost all the topics, all the concept, and we will be covering more if any left. So please do subscribe to the channel, hit the like button, press the bell icon button, and bookmark the playlist so that you can get the updates from the channel. So let's start the question, which says that create a class called menu item with private attributes name, price, and ingredients, a list of ingredient names. So as I already tell you, means ask you to just do this question step by step. So I just ask you guys to just do any question step by step. So let's do it. And what we will be doing here is we'll first of all creating the class name as menu item, as already mentioned in the question, menu item. And then after doing this, what we will be doing here is we'll be creating some instance attribute that will be our private attributes. So if you do not know what private attributes are, you can watch my previous tutorials which I have from where I have been discussing private attributes. I started from on day 61 about the encapsulation concept, and then from right on from day 61 I have been discussing about encapsulation. I have been discussing in each tutorial about in each tutorial I have been discussing about private attributes. Specifically, if I talk about on day 61 and 62, I have discussed in deep about object about a private attribute, protected attribute, and public attribute. So please do watch it if you do not know any idea, and if you have no idea about private attributes. However, if you want a basic idea, I will be just showing it to you in this tutorial too. So to have a basic idea, you can watch this, but if you want a broad idea, a deep idea about private attribute, protected attribute, and public attribute, you can just watch it my previous tutorial. You can watch it in my previous tutorial. Now we have three attributes: name, price, and last one is ingredients. So we have three parameters here. First of all, it's name, and so to write a private attribute, we will be doing it like putting double underscore and saying that self dot underscore name. And previously what we were doing here, so you will just writing self dot name. So self dot name, if I write it like this, self dot name, this is my public attribute, this will be my public attribute. So from the name we can understand that it can be accessed publicly, and from the name of private attribute we can just understand it that it cannot be accessed publicly, which means that we cannot access them directly, and this can be accessed directly. So to differentiate between these two, let's just create an instance here. And to create an instance, we can just say that a is equals to, let's say for example, a menu item is an instance of, this is a is a menu item, it's an instance here, and we have to pass three arguments. Actually two arguments we have to pass, because this ingredients will be an empty list initially. So we can just let's first of all understand the difference between private and public attribute. So if I want to access this first of all private attribute, and I have to pass first of all a name. So let's say the name of the menu item, let's say a is the name, a name, and the price, let's say, is 100. And to access it directly, what we will be doing here is we'll be saying that print a dot a dot underscore underscore name. This is the way we can just access them directly. So if I just print it, it will be throwing me an error. So it is saying that did you mean name? Yeah, we may get this error if I just, we may not get this suggestion if I just comment it out. And see, we are saying that menu item has no attribute underscore underscore name. So it's saying that it has no attribute underscore underscore name. However, you can see that we do have underscore underscore name, so which means that it is private. It can only be accessed through a method. So if I say print a dot only a name, which is a public attribute which we created here, we can access it. We can access it right now. We can access it now. So this is the difference between the public and private. And now what we will be doing here is we can remove it from here, and we can just put a menu item, let's say pasta or anything. You can just put it, menu item is pasta, and the price is 100. Let's say 100 is the price, and we will be just removing, we will be just commenting this public attribute from here, because we will be only focusing on private attribute. So how we will be accessing this public attribute, sorry, private attribute, how we will be accessing this private attribute? We can access it only with a method, which means that def, if I say that def get name, and I can just return a value that says that self dot underscore underscore name, and I have to put dot here as well. And now I can access it if I say that print me what? Print me pasta dot get name. So this is the method. So with a method we can access it, but we cannot access it directly. Let me show it to you that it will be printing me pasta. So it's printing me now pasta, but previously it was not printing me anything. It was showing me an error. So right now we can access it, but previously we were not able to access it because it was a private attribute. So now we can access it with a method if you want to access it outside the class. All right. Now what we will be doing here is we will be creating another private attribute, that is price. So we have to create price as well. So price is equals to price. So again, this is our private attribute. I just put it a comment here so that you have an idea about what we are talking. Now what we will be doing here is we will say, it says that implement a method to modify the price and display the details of menu item. Okay, so it says that we have to create methods to display the details of menu item. So the details we will be creating, in which we will be including the name, price, and also we will be including our attribute called ingredient. So we have to create ingredient as well. So self dot underscore underscore ingredients is equals to an empty list. So this is again a private attribute. So hope you have understood this part, that these three are private attribute. However, this first one was not a private attribute. This was a public attribute. So first one is self.name is what, it was not a private attribute, it was public attribute. It can be accessed directly. So now what we will be doing here is we will be creating some methods which is asked in the question, which says that implement methods to modify the price and display the details of a menu item. So we will be creating a method to modify the price. So what we can create here is a method that will be saying that def modify price. So right now it has a price of 100. So if I want to modify, first of all I have to pass the value for to which I have to change. So I can just say that new price. So old price is 100 and I want to change it to some price. So I have to also pass this argument that what price or which price I have to pass it to. So means I have to change it to. So I have to change it to new price. So I will be saying that self dot underscore underscore price is equals to new price. Now if I say that def get price let me show it to you that how things will be working here. If I say that get price and return me a price, return me self dot underscore underscore price, and let me put it right below the get name method. All right, so I have a method called get price, and I have a method called modify price. So if I say that print me what, print me pasta dot get price, this is a method to get the price. So now I will be having a value as 100. All right, but if I want to change the price, if I, let's say if I want to increase the price by 50, so what I can do here is I can just, instead of this, I can say that uh, pasta dot modify price, and the pass the value to which you want to modify the price. So I want to modify it to 150. Now if I print it again, let me show it to you that if I print it again, it will be just showing me 150 here. See, it's showing me 150 here. So this is how the modify price will be working, and this is how the things will be working in the modify price method. Now we have to implement methods to modify the price, which we have already done, and display the details of a menu item. Now we have a method called display info. Let me correct it again. So it's saying that display display the details of a menu. So we can create a method called def display details. This is the name of the method, and in this we'll be just simply returning a value which includes all the attributes. So we can say that return me an f string here which includes all the attributes. So to write it, we can say that first of all name and self dot underscore underscore name, and putting a line break, or we can just put a comma here and say that self name, and after this we can just say that price, and it will be self dot underscore underscore price, and last it will be a list. So list of ingredients. So I will be saying that ingredients, hope my spelling is correct, and self dot ingredients. Now if I just now I do not require these two get name or get price method, because this display details will be doing all the things, including the including returning me the name and price as well. So I do not require it. I just, in this just simple single method, I will be getting both of these two. So instead of this print me this or this, I can just return print this value, which will be like pasta dot display details, and run it. It will be showing me all the things in a one single line. See, name pasta, price 100, ingredients is an empty list. And if I just modify the price to 150 and run it, after modifying it, it will be just changing it to 150. So you can see that price 150 now. And this is how the details method will be working. Display details of the menu item will be working. Now after this, design a class called restaurant with private attributes menu, a dictionary of items, and menu. Implement methods to add item to the menu, remove item from the menu, and display the menu. Demonstrate encapsulation by creating a restaurant object, adding and removing menu item, and displaying the menu. So implement a method to modify the price and display the details of a menu item. So now what we have to do is we have to design a class called restaurant. Now we have to create another class called restaurant with private attributes menu. All right, so it will be a dictionary which will be including a name, a menu, a dictionary of items and menu items and name, and it will be having menu items, and it will be having let's first of all, it will be having a key value pair, and we have to we will be having method to add items to the menu, remove items from the menu, and display the menu. All right, so let's do that as well. So guys, one more thing I have just noticed here that we do not have to create an empty list of ingredients, because see, ingredients is not an empty list because we are not adding or removing anything from the ingredients. So because ingredient will be a fixed amount of ingredients in it, so we can just create an ingredient like this ingredients. So it will be not an empty list, instead it will be a parameter here. So I will be saying that ingredients, and here also I have to pass this. So a list here, let's say pasta, what it has, pasta, it will be having some water. I do not know the ingredients actually, I'm just writing some random values here. Let's say salt and pepper and etc etc. I do not know the ingredients of pasta. Now if I just run it, it will be showing me that it is having some ingredients. And now what we have to do here is we have to focus on to class creating a designing a class called restaurant with private attributes menu. So we have to now focus on creating a class restaurant. Guys, what is this part here is that it is very different from uh, the class which we have created. It means we have to create a separate class. It's not inheriting, it's a different class. So what we can do here is we can just separate this uh, question from here, and this question we can do it on our next day, that is on day 69, where we'll be creating a class separately restaurant. Because if I just do it right now here, you will be guys just getting bored, and you will be not focusing on the question which we did right now. So what we will be doing here, we'll be doing on the next day, so that you have a plenty of time to just do it. So right now just focus on this part of the question, and we will be doing this part of the question on the next day. And I will be just creating it a separate question, because this is very separate. This is a separate part of the question. It is not you can say that it is not following this question. It's very different from it. However, they follow the same concept of restaurant, because this is also menu item and this is a restaurant, so they belong to the same field. But I do not think that we should be doing this here. So this part of the question we will be doing in our next class. So hope you have understood this question, and hope you have liked this tutorial. If you do so, please do subscribe to the channel, hit the like button, press the bell icon button, and bookmark the playlist so that you can get the updates from the channel. Thank you guys for watching this tutorial, and see you next time.